Good morning and welcome to Wake Up Wednesday. I'm Debbie Chronister. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. And today I am here to show you a really fun class that I'm in the process of developing, as well as to show you a fun fold. Those who are in my clubs, this is our final fun fold from last month. Say that one fast. And so I wanted to do it so you guys have the video to go with that. So this was the card that we made um, with with this fun fold. And let me just shift this up a little bit. Now I messed things up already. So this is a card that we made, and we're going to make it a little different today. So I am going to use Sweet Bugs, and the class will include, it will be a take-home kit, not an event, and it will include the designer series paper from Sweet Bugs. And it is so adorable. These are the cutest little bugs. And the images, this group of dies right here, this bottom section, cuts out the images on this sheet of paper. So it doesn't cut all of them, but the majority of them will cut out with the dies. They're not hard to fussy cut. So if you don't want to purchase the dies for the kit, you will have opportunity to do that when you sign up. But if you don't want to purchase the dies, then you can fussy cut. You love cutting, for this class is for those who love to cut. So, but these images are so cute. Now, this is the only sheet that I found that does actually, the dies actually work on. This one is, oh, I have to show you the back of that one. That is so sweet. I wish they wouldn't have put that one on the back of there because I love that one, but it always happens. And then this one with the strawberries is really adorable. These would be easy enough to fussy cut. The back of that has got a really nice pattern that I think we'll be using a lot. The mushrooms are really pretty on this one. This would make a good, just put a couple bugs on them on the stumps. And then, of course, we have to have a plaid. This one is all cut for you. So these could be used for different, I mean, you could put that on the front of a card, put a border around it, and it's done. I mean, put a little greeting going across it, and it's finished. So these are good, but the back side is leaves. And then this side, these are also adorable. I love them. I think if you just cut them, maybe across there, I don't know. I'm going to have to play with this some more. And the back of that one is a nice petal pink. I believe it's petal pink. Yeah, probably. Yeah. And then this one is the nice strawberries, and that would be a good for a border and edging. And I love this one, of course. I've done so much in petal pink lately. I kind of got sick of it, but I love the petal pink in that. So I will give you opportunity to purchase the stamp set and the dies as a bundle with 10% off if you want that, or can purchase the dies alone. The dies alone are $22 plus shipping and tax. So, but I'll get all that information out in an email. So today we're going to make this cute little card, and I'm going to grab a sheet here, just so that when I glue, I don't get glue all over my tablecloth. And how about some glue? We're going to need that and some glue dots. Let's grab some of those. And I don't know why I didn't do this. Let's see, what else will I need? Maybe some glue dots. Let's grab those. Okay, I'm not sure what I'm going to need yet. Okay, and my green glue. I like my green glue. So these are just some of our old Stamparatus sheets, and I'll just put a little bit under here to protect my table. So when I'm gluing, I won't be gluing the table. I think that's all I need. Okay, set that over there. Let's take the lid off my glue. Okay, so I have all the measurements written on my papers here. So I started with these two, which is what you're going to want to start with. These are two at 5.5. Let's hope they're not cut at 5.25. They should be 5.5. 5.5 by 4.25. I Can't measure it on this paper. It's backwards. Yeah, 5.5 by 4.25. So just ignore that one. That one's wrong. 5.5 by 4.25. These are both basic white. They are going to be my card base in a sense. So then I have this, which is cut at 5.25 by 11 and scored at 1.75 and 3.5 on each end. And I've already done that. Let me grab my bone folder here. I'm working on a different table this morning just because my other one is so loaded with stuff from getting ready for a class to my classes and clubs both are loaded on this table. And so I am working from a different table and I'm not finding a bone folder. So let me just grab one out of the drawer. As soon as I figure out which drawer they're in. Okay, there's one. I'll just grab that. It's a brand new one. Okay. All right, so I want to burnish these score lines. And I'm just going to fold them. So the first one is going up mountain, and the second one is going back towards the card. Okay, so now we're going to work with this because this is where everything's going to go, and then we'll attach it to these 5.5 by 4.25. So I'm going to start with, this is the inside, and it's going to go in the inside middle of my card. Typically, I do put another layer in there, but this card has enough bulk that I thought it doesn't need it. So this is cut wrong. This is the wrong size. Okay, let's cut a new one. That's the wrong size. That is cut for having that small piece in there. And so if I was going to put a piece of petal pink in there or in the background, or if I was going to put a real red or something, that would be perfect. But this is cut wrong too. I have a cut wrong this morning, but at least it's cut too big, so I can just cut it down. That's 4. No, it's not. It should be cut right. That's very interesting. I'm really wondering if this is the right size. Wait a minute, let me check this and make sure. It is. Okay. We're just going to go with, I have to go back and look at my instructions. So I will put the instructions with the correct measurements on my blog. But I know it needs to be 5.25, and I think it needs to be 3.75. Exactly. Okay. So it's 5.25 by 3.75, and that's going to go inside here. So you will find all of the instructions for this card at stampwithdeb.com. All right, now I have cut 3 of these at 5.25 by 1.5, and they are going to go on the 3 of the 4 panels that are this size. So we've got 2 over here, 2 over here. One of them is not going to get it because that's where we're going to glue our card together. So this one right in there. And if you're going by the instructions that you were given from Club, you'll notice that I cut these a little differently because I wanted more of the designer series paper to show. So I went with a 1/4 inch here and an 1/8 inch difference here. So these are cut at 1 3/8 by 5 1/8. So that's so cute on the back. I hated to cut that, but it's such a cute little, and these do have a direction. So if you're doing this, be really careful because they are directional. You don't want your flowers upside down on the ground. So, and right there. And our last one is going to go on the other side on that white. Yeah, it killed me to cut those because that has those cute little animals on it. But I love this paper. It's so me. Okay, you can see there's nothing on this far left panel. So all of our panels are decorated except that far left panel. And it does not come all the way together, and that's okay. We're going to take our white 5.5 by 4.25, which is the standard card size, and we're going to attach this to that. Okay, so I'm going to put glue on the back of this. And then just line it up on here. Let me get this on here so that if I get it, don't make it, at least I get it on the paper and not on the table. And this paper is not cut right. Guys, I'm having a paper issue today. This is cut right. Okay, I need to see how tall this is. Maybe that's my issue. It is over. It's 1/8 of an inch over. No, it's right on. It's right on. So why is this not working? Okay, it should work. Okay, I think it's time to go back to bed. Because this should have been cut at 5.25. Okay, let's try this over. You know what? We're just going to glue it on there, just like it is. It's the same size. It's supposed to be 1/4 of an inch taller. I cut my card base wrong. Okay. We're just going to leave it like it is because I can't change anything now. It's got glue on it. If I cut this down, it's not going to work. So we're just going to design a little bit different card. So you will only see the white on the two edges instead of this should have been cut at 5.25. And then everything should have been cut down accordingly. Gosh, what is with me today? Okay, so then we're going to line this up. It should line up perfectly. And I'm going to put my adhesive on this left side. And when you put this on, you're going to line it up with the card in the back. Maybe, let go. Okay, there we go. Okay, let's decorate this thing. You guys ever done that where you just absolutely cut it wrong? That's what I did. I just absolutely cut it wrong. This should have been cut at 5.25. I didn't read my instructions. I just thought that I could just do this. And it's kind of like when you cook and you make your food that you've made 100 times and you think, oh, no problem. I don't need to look at the directions. And then it doesn't come out right. And then that would be when you have company. Okay, so let's go on. It'll still work. It'll still be a card. It'll still be cute. This is cut at 5.25. This should have been cut at 5 1/8, or less than that, 5. This is cut. Okay, this one's all right. For the measurement that I have here, it's okay. So we're just going to go with it, guys. I'm sorry. I will put the correct measurements on my blog. Some days are like that. So I've had a house full of people lately. I can't blame it on them, except that it's just been a little bit of chaos around here. Everybody is gone this morning or is heading out. My youngest, him and his girlfriend are going for a walk. My husband is at an event. My daughter and her husband are off working on their house. And so it's quiet here, but you guys know what it's like. Okay. I have this cute little tag that comes from, my fingers are all sticky now, Lovely Arrangements, and it's this one right here. And I love this set. I love these greetings, and this happy birthday is the happy birthday that I'm using out of it. So I am going to put my tag on first so that I have a good idea of where my little critters are going to go so they look like they're sitting on it. So, and this is cut out of basic black. Problem is I was all ready, I thought, not knowing. Oh well. Thank you guys for your understanding. I appreciate you being here with me. Oh, wait a minute. We have to make sure. So he was die cut out of, so we have to come down a little bit because we don't want him to fall off the page. Not now. He was, that was die cut, and this little ladybug here was die cut. Both of them were from using the dies out of the paper, out of the designer series paper. And what to do with my greeting tag here. I just had it. Okay. I lost my happy birthday. Oh, it's right here in front of me. I can't see it. Okay, I'm going to put a little glue on the back of that. And put it on there straight. When I move my hands away, it wasn't set yet. So, okay. And then I have these cute little leaves that I die cut. And I'm going to attach those just under here. The interesting thing about these leaves is they fit together. So I put that too far over. If you look at this, that one fits right in there. Almost like they were planned to go together, like it's a half a leaf. Turning them out of dimensionals, blue dots here. So I am going to put this here, but I don't want it too close. There we go. Okay, we'll put our little bug on here. And we'll use dimensionals for that. He's not super strong. I might have added, since I'm popping him up on dimensionals, a piece of cardstock to the back of him before I had die cut him. That might have been a good idea, just to make him a little stronger. But I'm sure he'll be fine. Get all his feet there. And then we're going to add a little bug on the front here. And we're going to set him down. Or we'll put him so his little feet hang over. And there is my card for today. Guys, I'm sorry about those measurements on there. I was doing so good and writing them down and everything, and turns out they're the wrong measurements. So I will put the correct one on my blog. And my glue is not working. It's one of those days, guys. I think you need some bling. Let's see what we have in bling. Probably be something black. And I do have some really pretty black bling that is retired that I have currently misplaced. Okay, oh, here it is. Yeah.
Goes on this trail, and it's just a loop. Oh, maybe I shouldn't hit end. She's on her thing.
And just add some of that, which just always finishes it off. And there we are. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed this card. And I will be here next Wednesday at 11 a.m. Pacific time for Wake Up Wednesday. Thank you. Bye-bye.